these kids choose chemistry as a major?
Some of them because they just love chemistry. I mean, that's why I chose it. There are also people looking that want to be science teachers. There are people that are going into medical school or pharmacy school. And so a lot of pre-med students are biology majors. So some people take the chemistry path just because it makes them stand out a little bit. But there's some people that are just interested in doing chemistry research, and they're fascinated by chemistry. So that's why they go that way.
What are some advice you give to those new students that just started chemistry major?
That are specifically chemistry majors?
Yeah.
I think the best they do is tell them to start looking for opportunities to do undergraduate research from the beginning. They're probably not going to be able to start undergraduate research until probably after they've finished organic. Most people are not going to take on freshmen or even sophomores just because you need to have certain background knowledge before you can start doing research. But what you can do starting very early on is making those relationships with faculty members and just going and talking to people going, your research looks really interesting. Can I come by and talk to you about it someday? And very few faculty are going to go, no, I'd hate to talk about my research, right? They're going to go, no, of course you can talk about my research. And if they don't have time, they'll meet with the graduate students, things like that. So looking for those opportunities and also getting involved with our student affiliates group. There's the American Chemical Society, which is like the organization for for chemists everywhere. So we have a student group of the American Chemical Society. And so that's a great way both to get involved with other chemistry majors. So if you struggle with something, you've got a way to get help. But you also have opportunities. They go to graduate school fairs, they have speakers come in, and they have other opportunities so you can kind of engage with other majors.
So, why did you choose to be a chemistry major?
I chose to be a chemistry major because I've always enjoyed chemistry throughout high school, and my teachers they did a good job teaching it to me, so I felt like I could do something more with that knowledge, and I could actually create a career out of it. And I've always wanted to do something with cosmetics, and I figured that cosmetic chemistry would be a really interesting area to get into, so that's why I chose chemistry.
What are some general education classes that you're taking currently?
I am currently taking Chem 105 and Calculus 113, which is Calculus 1. And next semester I'll have to take Chem 107 and Calculus 2.
Do you feel like you have a lot of flexibility in your schedule to choose some just random fun classes?
Right now it's really hard because as a BS in chemistry there's a very set curriculum and certain classes are only offered in the fall, so I have to strictly follow that. Plus I'm a Japanese minor, so I have to fill in those classes too. But for my UK core classes, there's a little bit of flexibility with taking the fun ones. Like right now I'm taking guitar, which is fun.
Sounds cool.
Mm-hmm.
What are some student organizations that one might get involved with chemistry, or that you are involved in?
Right now, I'm only in the Living Learning Program, A&S Wired, but other than that, I'm not really in any program or organization.
And final question, difficulty-wise, how do you see your whole chemistry major, classes you're taking and classes you're going to have to take?
Right now, it's pretty easy to manage, but I feel that in a few semesters it'll get really difficult, but I'm willing to do the work. So.
What kind of careers are possible after graduation with biology and chemistry?
Well, there's a lot. I mean, basically you can do anything you want. If you want to stay specific in biology and chemistry, there's all kinds of research. Biology in particular, a lot, at least from my experience with the pharmaceutical industry, you can do research. I mean, biology research is in every field. You name it, agriculture, horticultural, everything. Chemistry, there's a ton of research available for that too. Now, if you want to not go the academic route, in biology, you're looking at probably with just a BA teaching, at a high school level. If you want to pursue biology as a career, you'll have to definitely get your master's and probably your doctorate.
Okay.
But biology is a great base. It's a great starting stone to other fields like pharmacy was mine. There's medical. there's veterinarian, you name it. It's a great basic understanding of our operating systems, meaning organisms, people.
Okay. What did you initially plan with your degree, and what changed that?
Initially, I was going to go, probably my first plan was to go to med school. And then I kind of didn't really like being around sick people too much. And then I went to the Army for about a year. And then, I got accepted to College of Pharmacy here at UK, so I'll follow that.
What other, I'm guessing, what other degrees do you have that led to this career? Your pharmacy, does the chemistry come into play much?
Well, chemistry comes into play a lot because primarily in the production of pharmaceuticals, and since in my facility, we actually compounded.
Myrna, she's a biology student also. Why do students select this major? Why did you select being a biology major?
Well, most people that become biology majors, first of all, they're interested in biology, but they also generally do things like they're interested in medicine or dentistry or pharmacy, things like that. So biology incorporates all the prerequisites for that, as well as giving you good majors.
What basic education courses would you recommend I take for this major?
Everyone that comes in as a biology major has to take basic 148 and 52 basic biology. We also have to take basic chemistry as well as organic chemistry, which sucks, but it's okay.
Okay. How much flexibility does this program have?
I wouldn't say it has that much flexibility, but I don't think many majors really do. You have prerequisites that you have to finish, and then after all those are done, you can take electives, but it takes a long time. So.
What are some other sources of information about this major?
You can go online, you can use your MyUK, you can use Apex, that's about it. You can use your advisor.
What kind of campus activities or student organizations on campus relate to biology?
There is a biology club, I think, but there's also, depending on what you want to go into as a career, there's pre-professional clubs for anything you really want to do. So.
Okay. Does this major require, or is it desirable to have a graduate degree in this area?
It just depends on what you want to do, but I think, yeah, as a biology major, you're going to have to do some more schooling after you graduate.
Why do you think students choose chemistry as a major?
I think students choose chemistry because it offers a wide variety of options.
Mm-hmm.
You can go into medicine with it, you can be a chemist. It provides a sound groundwork for a variety of careers. So I think it's a good choice for that option. Lots of options with chemistry.
Yeah. What advice would you give first-year chemistry students?
I tell all of my students to make sure you're clear on what your priorities are and make sure that the way you spend your time aligns with those priorities. That being said, if you want to go into chemistry, I would explore lots of different career options, either by doing internships or cooperative education projects, and by getting involved in research early on.
Okay. And I know chemistry takes a lot of time. But how much flexibility would you say comes with being a chemistry major?
Man, it gave me a run for my money.
So you kind of chose it because it was like hard, so the challenge you. Okay.
Yeah, exactly.
And let's see here, it's like, well, I guess that's about it. That's really all I have.
What do you like about working in the chemistry field?
I think the science is really interesting. It's what's called the central science, so it can relate to biology and physics. You can kind of learn a lot in other fields.
And what's the job market like for chemistry students?
PhD chemists are having a worse job market now than they've had in about the last 40 years, but the overall employment rate is still better than master's and bachelor's rate.
Okay, and what advice would you give people who are interested in a field like yours?
If you have a passion for doing research, you should get your PhD. If you don't, you shouldn't. It's basically that simple.